Hey guys, Thomas Leroy here. I don't know if I go through this every year or if it's just, or if there seems to be more time in November this year or something. Like it seems like by the 25th we'd be having Thanksgiving. I thought it was like the third Sunday or third Thursday rather, and I don't know. It just seems I don't know. But here I thought I was going to start my fasting and or that I was going to go back down to really small portions, and then, which I am going to curb, rein it in, and just, in a few days' time, be back down to like next to nothing. Well, but since it's the holiday, I guess, we ended up with a turkey in this house, and I've got 18 eggs to do something with. So I guess it's going to be egg salad and, that kind of thing going on. Plus, we have cranberry sauce and dressing for Thursday. All we need to do is mix up some mashed potatoes. Yay for Thanksgiving Day. I hope it's a good Thanksgiving for you too. Um, to me, it is almost sort of like, why? Because and Christmas is ridiculous, silly, the holidays, why? Because, really it is based in family. And if you don't have any, real friends that have hang out with and stuff, it's like, again, it's like, well, what, just going to get a pizza? And I could have swore I saw someone talking about, or a video about, how they were going to have a DiGiorno Thanksgiving pizza. Now, I don't know if that was, and it was like said that on the box. So maybe it was actually made in some, with turkey and stuff like that to be a turkey pizza or something. um, which I thought, man, another commentary on the state of the world. Which, gee whiz, if you were to pay attention to anything on television, anything at all on the screen, you'd think that the world was coming to an end. That's what it was. That they had this big, the end of the world show, and that there's problems in so many areas that it just is you couldn't approach it, let alone tackle the damn deal. You couldn't even hope to bring this all back into line. At least that is the show that they would be giving us, or is the show that they have been giving us. Would you agree that it is like, well, there's so many problems on so many fronts that the only thing that we should probably do is pray Jesus take us all up into the sky, and we all just, you know, skedaddle out of here and have our little feast up there, our little uh, dinner, a soiree type of happening event, before everybody gets suited up to come down and kill billions, which is, the job of the Prince of Peace when he comes back to dispose of. And basically, that's what it comes down to being, is like the end of the game. We're divvying all this up. A third of the people are not. Oh my gosh! Just can you imagine a third of the world, third of the people of the world dying, just boom like that. And even if it, and they say it as like, one sentence in the book, maybe it'd take a few weeks or a few months or even a couple years for all we know. We don't know what the passage of time is for something like this, but it would be sudden, I'm pretty sure, ultra dramatic. But yet still, they would have some kind of story for it, wouldn't they? They always have a story twist. I mean, now once you know basic of all the formulas of the stories and everything, uh, it's not that creative or astounding. Also, if you'll notice, what is happening is very much what I said is the what happens to evil and the evil people and those of anger who would tell you, you're terrible for shaming us about our anger. I saw a video from one of them the other day, and I thought, you're really out of uh, ammo, aren't you? You don't have anything to work with at all. You are failing. You are defeated. No one's going to follow you no matter what you say. See, you can only preach um, self righteousness and self well, it's very self indulgent. To just basically say there's no error in you and everything you do is perfect and good like God. It is funny, and it's conceited, and conceit and arrogance can only go so far before. I mean, when we're talking about leading a group, that they will, wise up to it, and they'll begin to question themselves. Just like people who are not given to naturally hating all the time, uh, that's they lose their passion for the left's agenda and wish to go away from it. And that includes even a whole bunch of people that are very much in that, right, like people in the LGBTQ, they're sick to death of what the left has been doing regarding their group because it really is not good for them in society. And plus, also, it's all built on hate and not peaceful stuff happening and good times, but all the battle, the battle, the battle, which is what we've been seeing an awful lot of regarding the supposed dating scene. The battle, the battle, the battle. Um, but what I've seen is that what hate does, what evil does, is it will, if it's allowed, its head and it gets a footing and takes off and starts doing this, that, and another and grows, it just ends up killing itself out because the society will eventually look at it and go, regardless of how decadent or blind they've become, sooner or later they will go, gee whiz, it seems evil is real because you only have to experience enough ridiculous hardships set upon you by um, evil people talking a bunch of evil stuff before you start recognizing that they actually are evil and they speak and act in a specific way that's very easy for you to identify. So, ergo, if there is a dating scene, I could see where it could pretty much die out and truly, be done because there'd be a whole bunch of guys who would be like either A, they don't feel like they're up for the game. They're not prepared or suited well for the competitions. So they just bow out because they're not given to um, torturing themselves over ridiculous things, wanting stuff that can't be had, for example, um, and prefer peace and self development. So those guys are just gone. But you're going to see an awful lot of the women go out of it too and just give up as well of the same kind because those guys sort of they disappeared or they'll go to wherever they hope to find those guys, and what all you're left with in the dating scene at that point would be all the same disease. You got the females with the hate and the hoe disease, whatever it is, where everything's been reduced to being a transactional type of thing, and it's all about them being lifted up on a pedestal and treated like a queen or a princess or something, and everything bought for them, and lots of material money, 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 money thrown at them, um, and then so you'll have those, and then you'll have the players who are there to say whatever they. I mean, they know what they're dealing with, and they know they're only going to hit it, quit it, and move on. I could see where yeah, the entire generation could, yeah, the next generation could be severely affected, don't you think? Reduced. It's almost like they knew this was going to happen, and that's why they sent for all the um, third world people who are not given to any of this ridiculous thought. These mindsets that so many people have taken, and then worse still, were allowed to um, put out there into the atmosphere, into the video world, uh, as being valid. It's bizarre to me how many people are I mean, they're just doing, what taught them. I taught them a little technique. I was being funny, and it's called authoritative bullshit. And what it is, you take the lie and you present it in an authoritative fashion, as if it is the unadulterated truth, the simple facts of the matter that can't be disputed. But see, they've been doing that for so long, and they forgot, that all their success hinges on succeeding, very quickly succeeding and completing their little thing. Otherwise, it all is doomed to fall apart, and them be stand there with, blood on their hands, or red, whatever, guilt on their hands, and guilt written all over their face, and found out for being con artists, grifters, however you want to put it, people who speak with a forked tongue and probably have skills that you just can't see because they know how to have arrange things so that the light refracts off of them favorably. But did I digress along the way there? That was certainly a free form journey that we've gone on through until we hit the 11:11. And I'm going to leave it right there because that sounds to me like it was all channeled good. I'll make another message here in a little bit, guys, that has some actual focus. Talk to you soon.